48-run win, a collapse of 7 for 49, or in fact, if I have to look at it, a collapse of 9 for 52. And India have taken an unassailable 2-1 lead in the series. Washington Sundar in his first over took 2. In his next over, he takes the last wicket. 3 for 3, backed up with some fantastic bowling from Shivam Dube. 2 key wickets. And 2 wickets from Varun Chakravarti, Axar Patel and Varun Chakravarti with 1 wicket and 2 wickets each. India.
My headline is egg on Siddharth's face.
Sure. Yeah. I first thought that it was going to be a very important. I thought they were under par, honestly, but Australia.
No, Harshit also thought they are under par, though he picked India to win, but he had said under
But he said it would be a close game.
I did say 10 runs under par, I said, and I expected a competitive match.
You expected a close game, but it was.
It wasn't that.
India to win.
Of course.
I have full faith in Indian bowlers, you see.
Yeah.
So, one of the reasons I picked India with that total was because you could see there was something on offer for the bowlers, and that's exactly what happened. Not one bowler floundered, by the way. All of them right on the money. Yes, they had to work just a bit at the top to get that first wicket, but once that first wicket came, the second came in quick succession, and after the second, that was merely the opening of the floodgates, and the Indian bowlers just dominated. There's only one team playing the match after that second wicket fell, and you saw very little of Australia.
I have 3 observations about India's bowling, and we'll dwell on that. First bit is, firstly, congratulations. The Indian team has reached a stage in this particular series where they can't lose the series. There's a good chance they can win it on 2 counts. One, by winning the last T20I, and there's a good chance it get washed out and then they still win it. So, as things stand, there's a good chance they're winning this series. But worst case scenario for them is a tight series. They're not losing. That's pretty much
what that will also ensure is that Suryakumar Yadav still hasn't lost a series and will not lose a series. A year and a half of captaining the Indian side, ever a T20 series not dropped.
That's an incredible record. He's already made that.
Yeah.
He's not losing the series. It could very well be a winning series, as I said, how things stand. So, but I will take this particular win with I'm taking nothing away from the bowlers, and we'll dwell into that and the batters. You also have to admit that this is not a full-fledged Australian team that's been playing. They've been experimenting a lot. Because they have the eyes on Ashes, so majority of their bowlers are not there, some of their top batters are not there. They're focusing on that, and Australia is a different beast. Having said that, I think if you lose to a team that's experimenting a bit and you end up losing, then you invite even more criticism that you've not even been able to beat them. So, what the Indian team can only say that we can only play the opposition we are given, and we've given the opposition, we've beaten them, and kudos to the Indian team to have done that. My observations about the Indian bowling is, firstly, about 2 bowlers in Washington Sundar and Shivam Dube. I'll start with Shivam Dube. We have been saying this for some time now. We've seen signs of it from the Asia Cup, but Asia Cup was different conditions, now different conditions. He can be expensive on occasions, but I think he can now be trusted to be your 6th bowling option. I think he's shown us enough going forward that he is a decent enough 6th bowling option, because he's got the knack of picking up wickets. Some days he will be expensive as a lot. Like I'm taking an example of a Zampa, picked up 3 wickets, but was expensive. So you can get donked at it can happen. But I think in Shivam Dube, the improvement in Shivam Dube, the bowler, has been a lot in the last 4-5 months. And slowly and steadily, you have to see him play a few games. And I'm now seen him 2 tournaments, and I think he's shown you that he can be a good 6th bowler. The other bit was Washington Sundar, the bowler. I didn't have high hopes after what happened to him in the IPL, where his IPL franchise was not using him as a bowler. I thought maybe, his days of being a impactful white ball T20 bowler may be limited. In Test cricket, I think he'll get that chance. He's a good batter there and gets you wickets. But in white ball, especially T20, maybe his time may be done. But I'm happy to note that he is also, and I think I said it during the Test series versus West Indies, I have seen a noticeable difference in Washington Sundar, the spinner, as well. He's worked on his craft, and from being a container, he's become a wicket taker. We saw glimpses of that in England, a lot in West Indies, and now I'm seeing it again. He's definitely worked on his craft of an off spinner. Earlier he would just skid the ball through and just bowl one thing. I think he's picked up variation. He's now getting the ball to grip and turn as well. So both Washington Sundar, Shivam Dube, big ups on their bowling. But the third observation, and that is where I want everyone's opinion, is, are you in any sense remotely concerned about Jasprit Bumrah's form? I mean, today is decent numbers, 1 wicket and whatever. But are you concerned?
No, I am not concerned about his form at all. Because, okay, I am not concerned about Jasprit Bumrah's form simply because I think he did what he had to do. Is he been very expensive in all the 4 games? I don't think so. Is he lacking for penetration? No, I don't think so. Is he lacking any kind of thing that, okay, he's not able to nail the Yorker? No. I think on all the fronts that you're looking at Jasprit Bumrah, I think he's nailing it. I mean, the previous game also, that one Yorker that he bowled to Matt Short, and even in Melbourne, in spicy conditions, he did bowl well. I think there simply needs to be no concern about Jasprit Bumrah, the bowler. I mean, 1 for 27 and 6.8, I know, is not the Bumrah levels, but
if you pick this entire series up, I'm not just saying paces on one match. You pick this entire series up, and if you take a look at the Asia Cup as well, or maybe you are right. Maybe he still has it, and his numbers have clearly not been below par. I'm not saying that. He's always been right there. Or maybe we're so spoilt with the kind of performances he used to turn up where single-handedly win matches, and he spoilt us with those outstanding performances. Now when he's like doing as good or bad as every other bowler in the bowling lineup, it's just looking like something surprising. I don't know. Is that the case?
It's very interesting you bring this up today, because while I was watching this match, there came this over where I think Stoinis had hit him for a few boundaries, and in all I think he'd given away 10 or 11 runs in that over. Believe it was his second over, and that's exactly the thought that crossed my mind. I was taken momentarily back to the Asia Cup as well, where we thought that he had a bit of a break. We know he didn't play all the matches in England.
Used rusty as one of the words.
Yes, we used rusty as one of the words because that's what he was. We saw him get smacked for a couple of sixes as well in that tournament, if I remember correctly.
Saibzada Farhan
and hit him for sixes. Even I think in that Oman match, he got hit for
first over, I think
one or maybe 2 sixes as well. But yeah, I was briefly
UAE game. He didn't play over.
The UAE game.
Yeah.
So I was briefly taken back to the Asia Cup. And look at where he's finished. He was still doing the containing job. Bumrah at times his he'll be economical. That's the one thing you expect. He still is sort of economical by T20 standards, but not as economical as he would be, or the sort of highs we saw from Jasprit Bumrah in the T20 World Cup of 2024, where I think his economy was less than 6. From that, of course, this Jasprit Bumrah feels a notch below the Jasprit Bumrah that we saw in the
downgraded version.
Again, with him, I won't use that word, which is why
that's a bit harsh.
Which is why a little stutter that you may have noticed right now, maybe because there's very little room of you being harsh towards a Bumrah, and I'm not saying because I have a thing for him or anything like that, but just because 6.8, 1 wicket, 27 runs, that's just about fine T20 cricket. How many times can you go an entire tournament with an economy of less than 6? Maybe that was Jasprit Bumrah's dream tournament. Maybe he will never have that kind of a tournament again. Who knows? But we are used to that version of Jasprit Bumrah. So at the moment, I can't even say he's less powerful. His powers have waned. I think this is just this Jasprit Bumrah who isn't at his peak anymore. That's not to say
peak at the moment, which anymore means that's it.
No, at the moment.
At the moment.
I mean, he's played 5 tests. He's played 4 T20Is. When was the last time he had such a big streak regarding his fitness?
No, but he got a break, Siddharth. He didn't play the Oval Test.
I'm talking about overall. Overall, I'm talking about.
I don't think workload's got anything to do with this.
I mean, I'm complimenting his workload.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's neither less nor more.
So,
it's just fine.
I
This
think
is what an
he's-
active cricketer has to be playing these many matches.
See, he understands that he has to push himself for 2 more tests and 10 more T20Is before the T20 World Cup, okay? He's not going to play the ODIs against New Zealand and South Africa. I don't think so. He's only going to play tests and T20Is. And then in 2026, he'll play ODIs and tests. Because you're building up for certain World Cups in that particular year. He looked in good rhythm. The pace is there, the variations is there, the Yorker is there, the slower deliveries. I mean, the last wicket he got, it was a slow dipping Yorker that got rid of bent washes. So, I think because of the high standards, we might worry. But when you look at everything, I don't think there is any need to worry about Jasprit Bumrah.
Okay, fair comment. I just raised it. I mean, is it something that I'm feeling or what others are feeling? Let's turn our attention to the Indian batting and look at it now in hindsight. Because this will now give us a better idea of how the batters performed. And let's address the elephant in the room, because that was the biggest talking point. Everyone was sending us thoughts on Shubman Gill, his batting. See now, that's what I'm saying. See, and I kind of defended him in that mid-inning show as well. I thought that basis the kind of conditions that were on offer, basis what the other batters were doing, I think his 46 were very crucial. And now when you see, when the result has come out, he has played a stellar role in ensuring that India wins this match. And that's my point. We sometimes forget conditions or where you're playing and start judging everything that, okay, it's T20, so what do? What has this T20 team done? It has excited us, it has wowed us, it has been brilliant. So what is our normal expectation, just as we have with Jasprit Bumrah? What is our normal expectation with this Indian T20 team? They will come and entertain us. And they have done that. That's not...
That can't always happen.
Exactly my point. So maybe, that's what I'm saying. Maybe we also need to start judging strike rates and performances based on where you're playing. I reminded this earlier as well. I'm saying it again. Last World Cup we played was in Australia. Different places had different wickets. Semi-final Adelaide was a pitch where you needed to play a different kind of cricket, where we were found wanting. But where it worked, that kind of cricket, was MCG, when you beat Pakistan, low scoring game, 150 odd, where you saw the final, Pakistan, England, 138, different kind of cricket. So see how England also played on that day. So I think we need to respect conditions, situations, and I think Shubman Gill today, I have noticed that Shubman has tried to be a bit more aggressive ever since he's come in, in the T20 setup under Suryakumar Yadav. Today, it was a different day. Today was also, by the way, not only, I think now it looks a very important knock, because that is the one that has put a winning total on the board. But today, if you see also, it wasn't really the easiest of pitches for stroke making. Even someone who's so brilliant as Abhishek sometimes was struggling to connect the ball. So with that in mind, why wouldn't you be happy with having a batter who can adjust? Yes, if Shubman in Indian conditions, when he comes and then starts churning out such performances, then I'll be in the same camp as everyone else and saying that, listen, here boss, this can't work. Here you have to target 200, 300. This Indian team is capable of getting there. Then it's a different thing. But in a ground where 160 is a winning total, this is what I want.
I mean, there were a lot of comments during the mid-innings that I got, like, can someone please remind Shubman Gill that this is a T20I? I mean, I gave one simple response. Look, I know that majority of the Indian cricket fans will suffer from knee pain, because they have knee-jerk reactions every single point in time, okay?
I was wondering why will they suffer.
Yeah.
They will...
I thought he was going to come up with a nasty comment. That,
Yeah, same. Yeah.
No. They have...
But
But
good
he
wit.
can.
Good wit, Siddharth.
They have knee-jerk reactions.
That's a knee-jerk.
See,
That's
supposing
good one.
if you win a game, then all these things don't matter. At the end of the day, you can even win. Why is Virat Kohli's 76 or 59 the most talked about? Because 50 or 48, they were even ready to pounce on him. But then he hit 26 of 11 balls in the next. You won that match, right? You didn't lose the match. Even if you have a strike rate of 101, but you still win the game, looking at the broader context of it, what is the harm? Look at strike rates, averages and runs in the context of the match that you win or lose. If Shubman Gill's 46, say for example, I'll give you two contexts. KL Rahul in the IPL, SRH versus LSG. KL Rahul hit a 50, but then he had a strike rate of 120-ish. What did Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma do? Chase on 167 in 9 overs. Now that knock deserved all the criticism that you get. But Hanuma Vihari, once in 2013, 46 of 45, 101 strike rate. But that won SRH the game in the super over against RCB.
Or like, I think Quinton played a knock this season in Guwahati, tough conditions.
98 of some 60, if I'm not mistaken.
Like that. So that was an outstanding knock.
Why aren't, because tough conditions, there is no matrix that you can calculate. You will say that this was a sticky wicket, but is that a tough wicket? We don't know. Is a Hyderabad considered a flat road? It may be, but we don't know. There is no calculative matrix to define what is a tough wicket. And that is why these kind of things go away. At the cost of sounding a Shubman Gill PR agent, I would say that if you look at this whole series, in Manuka, he had a different approach. He scored pretty well in that, 47. It was a flat wicket. Yes, the criticism is there, and the valid criticism that whenever there are tough conditions, he doesn't step up. MCG, he couldn't step up. He was like a cat on a hot tin roof against Hazelwood.
That criticism is fair, like knockouts and big games. And
exactly.
Yeah, that is something that he'll have to prove. Correct.
But here, it was a tricky wicket. I don't know what is the definition of tough or tricky at this point. There's no definitive matrix.
It wasn't an easy pitch to be playing your strokes, and it wasn't an easy pitch. It had something for the bowlers. It allowed that pace and bounce. Remember, this is a ground where I was listening to Mitch Marsh's comments, and he's the home captain. He said, I have no idea about it. They themselves haven't, been used to this stadium.
Yeah.
So when the home team has no idea, the opposition also has probably no idea. So you play and you learn, and this is very close to Brisbane. You're going to get bowler-friendly conditions, massive boundaries. Let's not forget. So it's not possible, that everyone now plays at. We've gotten used to 170, 180 strike rate. But here even
again, look at Surya. He tried to bat at an aggressive strike, but it couldn't happen. He holed out to the fielder. Look at Tim David. He tried one stroke too much, but then he top-hit Shivam Dube. It wasn't an easy wicket to bat on. But I know, because Gill hasn't helped his own cause by not having a big score. The question was asked by many colleagues upstairs. When was the last time Shubman Gill did anything significant in a T20I match or in a T20 series? After a lot of head scratching, you have to point out, 2 years back, New Zealand series, where he hit 126 in Ahmedabad. That one match he won you, and he also helped you win the series there also. But apart from that, it's been a barren run for Shubman Gill. Will this knock silence the critics? No, it won't. Despite it being he was the top scorer.
I agree with that bit. While it could sound harsh given the present circumstances, given how the scorecard for both the teams looked, I do have a feeling that the noise around Shubman Gill will not necessarily dissipate at the moment.
Do you think this noise is more not just for his performances, but also because of the fact that he's come and upset the combination, which has upset far more many people. When I talk about upset the combination, one, Sanju not getting to open, Yashasvi going out of the team,
Rinku not able to fit in.
I mean, also criticism that came by for Virat. Now he's taken captaincy from Rohit. So if there was going to be a set of fans, there are a lot of set of fans that would be upset on different counts. Some upset ODI captaincy is taken. Some upset that he's edged out Jaiswal from the team. Some upset he's edged out Samson from the... So the criticism comes because a whole set of fans...
There is only one way of silencing all those critics. And see, those fans may be Sanju Samson fans, those fans may be Yashasvi Jaiswal, and they may be Rohit Sharma fans as well. But they're all fans of Indian cricket as well.
Virat Kohli fans as well.
Exactly. But at heart, all of them want... Why is a Sanju Samson fan upset or a Yashasvi Jaiswal fan upset? Because that combination was working for the India team. That combination was giving exactly what India wanted to do in T20 cricket.
That's exactly... I mean, to be fair to
this... You lost?
You haven't lost. You won Asia Cup.
And
undefeated.
You
won a series against Australia, or at least tied.
Yeah, but exactly the point that Siddharth made. He had to go back 2 years to pull out a notable Shubman Gill T20I performance. We did praise him.
Won't you count this as a notable? He's the highest
and this is so
in a low scoring game.
Exactly, but people tend to forget these innings. People will remember the flamboyant innings that is played by a...
And let me also remind, the other criticism that comes his way is like flat track bully and all that. Today was not.
Yes. So when I say that the noise around him will not dissipate, it will not lessen lessen a lot, is because I think people want to see that flamboyant streak about Shubman Gill. They want to see Shubman Gill dominate with flamboyance, which they've not seen, or the kind of highs that Yashasvi Jaiswal promises, or his counterpart in Abhishek Sharma plays with. I think people want more of that from Shubman Gill, and once that comes, once they see that streak, once they see that sort of exuberance from Shubman Gill, that is when they'll probably look past whatever may have happened to a Sanju Samson, whatever may have happened to a Yashasvi Jaiswal. That unfortunately hasn't happened till now.
You know what was the one thing that Shubman Gill was remembered for prior to the series? Despite 2 ducks from Virat Kohli, he still has more runs, Virat, than Shubman Gill, despite not falling for a duck. Okay. Now look at he's fighting a multi-pronged war, Shubman Gill, okay, off the field. Let's not deny this, that he's fighting a multi-pronged war, because many people are falsely believing that he is privileged or entitled, that he got the ODI captaincy. Okay. Why? We get comments. Like, okay, he's going to be the new marketing poster boy of Indian cricket.
But how are you so sure that he is not privileged?
I mean,
see, sometimes that privilege is not because you have some connection. Sometimes the privilege can come with, what people perceive of you as, let's say, classical batter, looks very good. It comes with that as well.
Yeah, I mean, see,
So
prior to all of this, Shubman Gill, I think he had a pretty decent run across formats. 2023,
ODIs, yes.
23, don't you remember? In all formats, he had gotten 100 in 23.
Yeah.
No, but his numbers in ODI cricket are great.
Tests
Numbers
is
in
great.
test matches are now great. Yeah.
T20I is the only thing which was lacking, but that too, look at the context. He came after 1 year into the setup. Sri Lanka, August, then he came back for this, isn't it? Now, what do you do? Like you said, the Sanju Samsonians will fight their own war, because how dare you upset Samsonians? Yes. How dare you displace Sanju? While there is merit, as I said, the Sigma aura of Shubman Gill, 3 guys have unfortunately either been sidetracked or booted out. Jaiswal can't get in. Jaiswal now essentially is playing only one format, by the way.
Jaiswal has been very unfair on him. Completely agree.
So, there is merit in the Jaiswal argument. What wrong has he done?
From a 3 format player, he's become 1 format without having a dip in form.
Without having a dip in form. Rinku. What wrong has a Rinku Singh done? Is he here to just play 1 ball and win you the title? No, he isn't. He's far better than that. Samson, you put him in the most toughest of conditions in Melbourne. You promote him up the order, he fails. Now what? He came 3 hours prior to the match to practice, yet he doesn't get a chance. So there is a justification, but then you are directing it at the wrong person. That's what I would like to say. Shubman Gill is not entirely to blame. He's partly to blame. But that is his talent. And again, can a team play 15 players on the field? No, they can't.
No, it's not about that. But I mean, there are certain things that people are upset with. I agree. And even I've said it in the past that Shubman really needs to step up in T20 cricket, because at the end of the day, he's going to be judged. He's going to be judged because of the people he's kept out. And, he's getting a long run without having an exceptional T20I career. Yes, IPL's been great. Without an exceptional T20I, he'll be questioned. And I think he needed to come up with a performance like this today. Okay, what on AXAR Patel, yaar? If you send him higher up to bat, he'll get you runs. If you don't, you send him at number 8, no problem. He'll do it with the ball.
I remember saying this here. I'm going to say it again. All AXAR Patel needs is a better PR team. Yeah. His contributions just fly under the scanner. They just go under the radar, with the broadcaster not doing justice, with, again, the agents that you have on social media, because they're not probably being paid anything at all.
Trending.
The forces aren't aligning for him.
Vibe.
Yeah, see the market. See, it's all down to the marketability of the athlete. But if it was just that, then AXAR Patel and the conversation around him would have been very different. His contributions again today. This is, I think, what the model that this team has adopted is exactly, Axar Patel is an embodiment of that. 20 odd runs, quick fire, was showing promise, looked confident, scored that big 6 as well, picked up 2 wickets. This is exactly
5 economy rate.
5 economy rate. This is exactly the kind of performances that you want, and this is the whole idea of having 2 to 3 all-rounders in the side. This side's playing 3 all-rounders right now.
Yeah.
This is exactly what you want. Again, you mentioned about Virat Kohli's 70 odd in the final.
It was his 47.
But it was also because of the 47 that scored, and that was scored in what, 23 odd deliveries?
26 odd, yeah. Strike rate of close to 180.
Exactly. If it wasn't for that, I still doubt if Virat Kohli got that kind of a cushion. I think that cushion was allowed to him because there was an Axar Patel, running the hard yards. Because Axar Patel was doing the tougher job, I felt. You wanted to up the ante, Axar Patel did that for you in Barbados. And I'm just so happy because again, today was a new role for him. Yeah. He's pushed at number 5 at times. T20 World Cup also we saw he was pushed up the order on a couple of other occasions as well. We've seen him bat 5-6 today. He bats at number 8, delivers for you again. Again, it's these 20 odd runs again. You don't know how Australia would have reacted if they were chasing about 147.
Yeah.
It was 167, 47. Huge difference. The approach changes of a team. And to me, I think Axar Patel is doing justice to his position. And he is exactly the player or the kind of player that this team wants.
I mean, he embodied, Greg Chappell would have been, he would be proud. Any position, anything you want to do, I have my one student in Axar Patel. Put him at 3, put him to open, put him at 5, put him at 8, put him at 11, he'll contribute. With the ball, he'll give you 4 economical overs. That's what. It fitted in with the template that he got on this pitch, 2 for 20. That's it. Game, set, and match.
That's why I said the best batter was at number 8 today.
Yeah.
The best middle order batter.
Yes.
Because best batter, I think Abhishek for the last few
best batter,
months
of
in
course.
T20I.
195 strike
best
rate.
batter. Best middle order batter
Yeah.
for the last few months has been Axar Patel.
He's been doing better than captain for sure.
Everyone in that middle order. Tilak,
yeah.
But now he's at a drop where Axar has just been there.
Yes.
Axar has been there.
In 195 strike rate for Abhishek Sharma and scoring runs consistently, yes. So yeah, 2 left-handers are the only guys who are making the difference for the Indian cricket team. Abhishek and Axar, when you look at it. Yeah. So I think he's the man of the match, or is
I hope he is.
Because the third time he's gotten 20 and 2 wickets.
Yes. He is.
Axar Patel.
Bapu
doesn't get more all round than this.
Yes.
Bapu सेहत के लिए हानिकारक नहीं.
For Australia.
Australia
के लिए. Bapu Australia के लिए तू तो हानिकारक है. Indeed.
Rakesh Bhushan.
Concern for BUMRAH is addressed well. What about Sky? A long innings with good strike rate is missing from him.
Though today I think 20 over 200 strike rate on that pitch.
Plus in Manuka Oval.
Manuka Oval he was good. See,
again the benchmark that Surya had set.
Yeah, you would have taken let's say a 40 of 20. 20 of 10 is less runs. 40 of 20 is just enough runs at exactly the. But again, where we talk. It sounds utopia, but Surya has made it happen so many times in the past.
See, this was not his kind of wicket, let me tell you. For those strokes. He's a free-flowing guy.
But he got out on a shot that's bread and butter for him. A pick-up shot, leg side. There's nothing menacing about the ball per se.
Pick-up shot and getting out. Where have we heard that before? We have. In the Asia Cup also, he top-edged a pick-up shot and he got caught. After hitting a 6 of the same pick-up shot. So, for Bhau, he needs the Wankhede. It's in his later years now, he needs the Wankhede strip.
From time to
confidence. For his confidence. Here he will struggle. His natural stroke play is such that it's free-flowing. He's not gotten conditions here which are free-flowing. That's the thing. He could have played that fearlessly in Melbourne. No, he couldn't. Manuka kind of offered that kind of a wicket.
But then
Hobart, again, but he did well in Hobart. Again, sticky wicket, cutter, oops. Played a normal shot.
No, he was outfoxed. Yeah. Hobart, he was outfoxed by the bowler.
Exactly. Here also. He played that pickup, so that's the thing. Dhanush. Gill is forced all-format player like Kohli. Ooh. But he never will be Kohli and Jaiswal and Rituraj, a better T20I stats.
Sound effects in the middle.
Gill should play tests and ODIs. Again, Jaiswal, Rituraj have better T20I stats than Gill. Agreed. But then, is Rituraj currently in form? In Maharashtra Ranji Trophy, he is. But is he?
No, I think we've already addressed that question. I guess.
I think we've spoken enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go down. Naveen Narayan, what has he said? Please don't justify Gill's innings because of our bowler's performance. This is not a pitch which has mines and bombs as you guys are portraying. Dekho.
No, Naveen, I wish I could send Naveen with a bat and a pad and go. I don't think Naveen was watching our show. In the mid innings, there was a reason why we picked India to win this game, right?
Yeah.
So now, see again, try and understand. Every high scoring game is not necessarily won by batters, and every low scoring game is not necessarily won by bowlers. It isn't as simple as it sounds. A high scoring game, which is a flat wicket, a bowling team can win you by restricting a team for 220 also. It is a job to recognize that and to look at that this is a pitch where probably 300 could have been scored. Well done to an Arshdeep or Bumrah to have ensured that they got that team down to 220. Yeah. It will happen. Similarly, there will be pitches where you saw the Australian batting, the home team struggle, and there was an Indian team that notched up 160 plus. It can't be as simplified as this. Whenever low score is defended, bowlers have won a match. High score is scored batter. No. Cricket is that's what I said. I just gave you examples of pitches that were on offer in that T20 World Cup. I was there, I covered it. And I've seen it from much closer than Naveen ever has. So, basis on that, we say that.
Yeah. Rakesh Bhushan. Karun Nair scored 174 and 233 in domestic matches. Home conditions against West Indies, South Africa Test Series would have brought him back in form. Was someone worried about that? No. I think, when he got the chance to do well on flat decks against international bowling lineups, he didn't capitalize. I agree. Oval was tricky, but it was too late. And
50.
Not being picked in the West Indies series, and with Sudarshan scoring that 50 in Delhi.
See, with Karun Nair, I think it was the age that went against him. He had to really score a lot of runs to be in the team.
We heard it from Ajit, didn't we, when he said that, listen, we expected more than what we got from Karun. And of course, age has a role to play over there.
If he was a youngster with the same thing, maybe...
and that West Indies series marked the start of a new WTC cycle. And as we know, not just with Indian cricket, with other boards as well.
Actually, the series prior to that was the starting of the WTC cycle.
Yeah, again, the home season of it. And you always sort of hit the reset button. It gave you that opportunity and you did.
Yeah. Ashish Dhar is saying, Nikhil, remember during post-match analysis of India versus Netherlands World Cup match on 12th November, Diwali Day, I had predicted VK to open with Rohit in 2024 T20 World Cup. Yes.
Would you remember that?
No, I can't, but good point.
Yeah,
I'm sure
he would have.
Yeah.
He's very honest about it.
Yeah.
He's come back after 2 years.
Who?
Who?
With this reminder.
Of course.
Little over 2 now.
Yeah. 6 days to go for November 12, 2025. So, yeah. Rakesh Bhushan. Dear Nikhil, what is the basis of selection? Is it performance in domestic / IPL / emerging team / tour games? Or is it completely on Agarkar and Gigi? Different strokes for different folks?
I agree, Rakesh. In fact, you see our mid innings, and that's exactly what we discussed, how there are different strokes for different folks. But by and large, you'd have to say that they do look at a combination of IPL, domestic performances. But see, again, if you ask me overall, all these years, there's been no selection committee that has satisfied us 100%. We have found faults in majority of them. But as I have also realized over the years that, picking a team is a thankless job. It cannot be easy. You will upset some people or the other. Sometimes omissions are much more shocking than the others. By and large, this selection committee has also done a much better job than some of the previous selection committees. Yes, they've also had a few, decisions that they've taken, which we've, been a bit critical of, as but I'd say that overall they've done well. Some decisions that they've taken were also influenced by the BCCI, as I mentioned in the past. But also some cricketing decisions I have not agreed with them. Maybe Siddharth has not, Harshit has not either. That's it.
Yeah.
See, there's a good chance if three of us were selectors also, no? And we selected teams, there'd be issues with that.
I just want to add over there, at times there is no basis because we see players like Sarfaraz get dropped for no reason.
But as I just said, that certain calls are taken above the pay grade of selectors as well.
Yeah. True that.
And that clearly is the case.
Rakesh Bhushan, in good old days, best 11 were in park. Composition, intent, balance, experimentation
No,
have come
sir.
into the picture now. I
Rakesh
disagree.
Bhushan from time immemorial.
It's just that you're hearing these terms more often now.
Yeah.
But these were the basis upon which teams were selected.
Go back. Dilip Doshi would not get. There were issues.
4
with
spinners.
that. Yes, exactly. In the 4 spinners who sits out.
Srinivas Venkatragun would sit on most. It would
Gavaskar, Kapil, great friends now. There were issues at that time.
Yeah.
Kapil Dev was dropped from a test. Many things have happened. There were allegations that West lobby is working.
be. Yeah,
Some other-
Mumbai lobby.
Then there was allegation Yograj Singh says that Kapil didn't allow.
Yeah.
So many. There was. Please, I think it's much better now than what it used to. Also because it's in the public eye.
Correct.
Scrutiny is there. Everything is being discussed.
Now there are thousands of eyes on all of this. That
Yeah.
time we didn't have that many.
During Azhar's tenure, there were issues. During Sachin's tenure as captain, I remember. I don't want to take names, but so many players. There were questions. MS, when he was captain, there used to be issues. I can't think of any time
Yeah.
where there was peace.
There can't
Dada.
be. There can't.
Dada, exactly. There was never peace.
With Dada himself.
Dada himself it happened.
Dada backs a coach who then wants him to be removed as captain.
There is no peace ever in Indian cricket.
The only thing that has been constant is Schadenfreude in Indian cricket.
Schadenfreude.
Yes. So
Done, Shivam. He's in a chill mode. Okay, last few comments. Dev Pratap Singh Chauhan says, Nikhil bhai, I feel Indian audiences have gotten used to IPL parks where 240 gets chased for fun. Actually, the moment pitch gets tricky, scores of 160, 80, the anchor becomes the most important player. Dev Pratap Singh Chauhan, comment of the day.
Yes.
100%. What we're trying to also discuss here. S3GB vlog says he just thought about having 4 spinners in a T20I World Cup. Washi, Varun, Kuldeep and AXAR. Quite a possibility. There's a good, in fact, if you remember, in that England series here at home, they were doing that.
yes.
India was doing that.
I remember Rohit was also hell-bent on taking, remember that 16-man squad I think was announced and he was like, no, I need 4 spinners.
There's a good chance it'll happen.
Yes.
Priyanshu says Hazelwood playing on this pitch would have made us 120 all out. Priyanshu, I mean, I don't know 120, but yeah, it would have been doubly difficult
Yes.
for you. Clearly, you wouldn't have reached the total that you did with Hazelwood there. And your best partnership was your opening partnership. Clearly, with him around, he would have ensured that doesn't happen. And that's exactly what I said at the start of the discussion, that take it with a pinch of salt. You've beaten them, good. You only play the team that's available, but
Win or lose,
it's not the peak Australian team that's playing.
In fact, Australia have not played their peak team for 2 consecutive bilateral series now. Because last time, immediately after the World Cup, they played that 5-match series.
Yeah.
Majority were not there.
Yeah.
This also.
Okay, final comment. Siddharth.
Question to panel: lately, Arsenal lead in PL dominated by heavy metal football with set pieces goals, long throw, ins and other dark tricks. Are they really degrading quality of sport?
I don't see those as dark tricks. Pretty much in the rules of the game, yes, I do agree. It's a bit of a novelty now to see the return of the long balls, and not just Arsenal. In fact, interestingly, many teams now have started, adopting this strategy now. At times, it's paying dividends as well. It's led to a lot of goals as well. In Arsenal games, I think they've just managed to figure that out the best. But I don't look at that as dirty or there be any degradation in the sport per se. Maybe the question needs to be asked to the defenses then if you're not able to figure things out. Why question a tactic?
Yep.
Chalo, on that note,
We'll be back with the Chess World Cup updates. A lot of upsets
lots
even
of
today.
updates on Sports Day.
Yeah.
Take
So
care.
bye bye.
Bye.
See you.
Shubh Ratri.
Shubh Ratri. Yes.